guys, we're back. Stream drop, but picking up where we left off at. Uh, Picking up where we left off at. Nolan Smith played really well, 18 and 7. Kyle Singler played good too. Freshman 8 and 9, 2 blocks. That's what we want out of him. And in this game here, 15 and 10 out of Nolan Smith. Okay, he's playing really well. Kyle Singler really well as well, 28-7. So this Duke team's really deep. A lot of options. How many threes? 11 and 23 there. Then, oh wow, that was terrible. Went 4 of 24 from the three-point line. Who was shooting so bad? Like, who shot that bad? Nolan? That's terrible, Nolan. Syracuse won that game against, Carolina won that game against Syracuse. Was this Eric Devendorf? No, I think it's Paul Harris. Eric Devendorf is 23. Wow, they played pretty good. Won this game. Hansborough led the way here, 23 and 2. Marcus Ginyard, valuable 14 points off the bench. So let's go into recruiting here. See, so far so good. Everything still looks safe. These two guaranteed commits. Glad we got them. So this guy, I'm not going to do a recruiting, like a major recruiting action on him just because he's more guaranteed than the other guy. So I think he knows he wants to come play at Carolina for Roy Williams. And Duke here. See what we got. I think we're going to land him. We'll probably land him, and we're going to land him. Let's do this recruiting action here. Oh, wow, they're not letting me do any of my minor recruiting action. Wow, they hold me. Why are they not letting me do anything here? Why are they not letting me do anything? That sucks. That sucks. I'm definitely about to get lapped. Definitely about to get lapped. At least on this guy. This guy right here, maybe not, but I'm definitely getting lapped on the other guy. Oh, wow. Lost to Columbia. That's crazy. That's crazy. Not a good week for the Blue Devils here. Not a good week. First losing to Columbia, and then I'm probably going to drop in those recruiting battles. Shire played a good game, but nobody else did. Good game out of Henderson here. What happened here? All those turnovers is what it was. 17 assists, though. It's tough. It's tough. Team real up and down. I think that comes with the inexperience. They might be good by the time we get to ACC play. Good game out of Kyle Singler there. Who's likely to come back from this Duke team? Everybody but Henderson. That'll be good. Carolina, of course, beat Troy. 2 30-point games here. One out of Danny Green and the other out of Tyler Hansborough. 14 and 9 for Ty Lawson. So, yeah, Carolina, we've pretty much got these guys locked up. Pretty much got these Carolina commits locked up here. Duke will be a different story. See, they hold me. I'm still front running here, which is good. But now I'm in third place here. That sucks. Alright, let's go next week, see where we are. Probably simulate up to that Kentucky game, and then see where we're at with the recruiting for Duke, because I'll probably have to move some positions around. They kind of screwed me there. David McClure, he's a senior. I'm not going to waste a thing on him, a recruiting action on him. Also, Duke and Carolina are number 1 and 2. What did Carolina do here? Another 30-burger out of Hansborough. I don't know how they put Duke at number 2 and they lost to Columbia, but not up to me to ask those questions. Right. I kind of want to go ahead and get as many commits as possible. So after this week, I'm going to make some changes after that Kentucky game to the roster. Both Duke and Carolina. See where we at. We're back in front with this guy, thank goodness. Kentucky dropped. I think they were number 7, or was that us? I could have sworn they were like number 7. All right, Duke gets a much-needed win here. It's going to be a top 50 win on the road. Cal Singler, career game, I believe. Yeah, career game. Put up his career high, 29 points, 11 of 17 from the field. John Shire, 9 assists. Almost had a double-double there. Gerald Henderson, almost non-existent, but that's why we have all this depth. Carolina beat Purdue by 18 here. Wayne Ellington with a 30-burger. Tyler Hansborough, non-existent, but 7 assists for Hansborough. So how do I want to do this? Some guys I need to get to go ahead and commit. I need this power forward to go ahead and commit. That shooting guard too. So I'm going to change all my shooting guards and all of my power forwards. I don't think he's going to matter. I don't think he's going to help. I don't think he's going to impact the other guy any, really. We'll see, though. Nah, he didn't impact it any. If anything, it might have went down. Dude, let's see where we're at here. So we're pretty much catbird seat. I'm only really worried about my shooting guards. I'll change my shooting guards here. I think I only got one. Yeah, I only got one. That's Shire. I'll change him to small forward. And then change it back after this week. Well, let's check and make sure that it negatively impacted. It didn't. It'll be close to home. Big program, if you'll want it. Alright, let's see who all signed. So Duke got all 3 guys here. So I can let go of this guy too. Go ahead. And I think I only changed Shire, so we can change Shire back. got that in Carolina. See what happened for those guys. What happened for Carolina? Almost everybody signed. Almost everybody signed. Let's see. Change Wayne Ellington back to the 2. Then who else needs to get changed? I might need to change Ty Lawson so that point guard will go ahead and sign. See if he went up any. Yeah, he did. He went up. Alright, so he'll probably sign now. Okay. I don't think having Tyler Hansborough at power forward impacted that guy any. So I'm just change him on back too. See, that guy was at an 80. Let's see where he's at now. He's still at an 80. So Duke's good to go. Let's make sure our rotations are straight. Alright, Duke's is unaltered. You gotta check your rotations every so often because it will switch them up on you. And Carolina's good to go too. Okay, we're good to go. I think they got signed for UNC. We'll go back and check though. Tyler Hansborough, another solid game. Ty Lawson, another high volume assist game. Change Ty Lawson back. Let's see what our per game stats are looking like for the Tar Heels now. Okay. So Hansborough took a step back rebounding, but he's up to scoring a little bit. Ty Lawson, pretty much averaging 7 and 7. Wayne Ellington, Danny Green, both about 15 apiece. So, alright. What are they shooting on a year? What's their percentages? That's not where you find that out at. Tyler Hansborough, 55% on the year. That's crazy. Where are they shooting from 3? So, alright. Take a look at that recruiting class for Carolina. So we got one more guy in the wings, but I think a pretty good recruiting class. I think they're pretty much going to be able to come in and do what I want them to do at Carolina. Pretty much. Got some good guys here. Let's take a look at Duke here. Oh, I think I do got to change Shire back. That's right. No, Duke is good. Duke is good. Take a look at the per game stats for Duke. Cal Singler leading the way with 18 and 6. Is he going to come back? No. Oh, well, yeah, he is. Looks like Henderson's the only one that's going to go. He's not really playing that well, in my opinion. Alright, that's what they're shooting from the field. I think that's it. Let's take a look at that recruiting class for Duke. And hey, 2, 3, and 15. 2, 3, and 15. They got some guys coming in, some guards. It's good because they're going to need it. They're going to need it. What did this guy shoot from 3? 33. Not the best shooter, but he's manageable. So we're going to simulate up to ACC play. Let's see, George Washington game. That'll be where ACC play starts. See where Duke and Carolina shake out. Nothing in the chat right now. See where these guys shake out at. Just meet with him, man. He should be happy that Duke is just in position to win a championship. And like, even though he's not playing, like, what, like, you'd rather be playing for Vermont getting minutes, bro? Like, relax. All right, our center got hurt versus Luke Herringody. Surprise, surprise. Put up 25 and 6. Now our backup's gonna have to play. Let's adjust the rotation here. Zubak's probably going to end up having to get minutes now. Or how tall is McClure? Man, do I want to give McClure these minutes? I don't, bro. I don't. I'm not giving McClure those minutes. Give him to Zubak. We'll go ahead and check up on the Vermont game. Is what it is. Down in the first half at home. That's not good. Win against Dayton here. Wayne Ellington went off. How long is that injury going to last? 20 days. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So pretty much after the George Washington game, he'll be back. Duke only has 3 games without him. They're not going to be 3 high-profile games. But we end up losing the first one. I think that's going to give us a RPI 200-plus loss. That's not good. Not good at all. We do maintain that number 3 ranking. Definitely looking like a bit of Duke bias here. So we maintain that ranking. Big time win against Yale. And we lost to George Washington. So we really need that center back. Let's see. What happened here? Shot a lot of threes and just didn't make enough of them. Didn't shoot particularly well from the free throw line. Fouled a lot. Like, fouled a whole lot. Fouled a whole lot. We have more losses here than we anticipated. Just kind of growing pains. We let their point guard just kind of play Rajon Rondo and defeat us. Also had a guy get 16 off the bench. Gerald Henderson did not show up. Did not. Carolina, on the other hand, went undefeated in their stretch. Take a look at some of these box scores here. Put up 102, won by almost 50. Wayne Ellington, 27 points. Put up 111, beat a power conference opponent by over 50 points. That is insane. Again, here's that 2-man game. They beat Hofstra and Quinnipiac here. Oh, Danny Green almost had triple-double. Good on him. 11 assist performance there by Ellington. Okay. Let's take a look at the points per game before we head into conference play. So Wayne Ellington really upped his scoring. Hansborough took a bit of a dip. Where'd the assists for Lawson? He's still sitting at about 2 assists a game. Okay. And Duke, make sure he's back. He's back. Our injured player. We can modify our rotations here. I think for Duke, let's go here. Shop the rotation down to 8. And Sullivan's going to get those minutes, buddy. Sullivan's going to get those minutes. I think that's what I want to do there. In Carolina, I think I want to chop the rotation down to 8 as well. that's good. I think that's good. I think that's good there. A good 8-man rotations. Carolina might go undefeated this season. Duke should probably finish in the top 3 of the ACC at least. Let's see what the ACC looks like. Well, first, take a look at Duke's players. 5 guys averaging 10 points a game. That's not bad. Team effort on rebounding. Nolan Smith's playing well. He may beat Ty Lawson for first team all conference. Okay. Take a look at the ACC standings. So Wake Forest, they got a good record, but they're not a good team. Clemson's a decent team, good record. Same for Florida State. Miami may give us some problems. So might Boston College and Maryland. So we'll see. Oh, Georgia Tech's good. See. Oh man, I forgot all about our guy from the last video. Let's go check on him and see how good he is. Let's go see how good he is. Did they not sign him? Okay, who was the other team? Was it Florida State? Alright, Florida State got him. He's a 76. So he's a pretty good player. Wow, 89 3-point shot, 84 shot off dribble. I knew he was good. He needs to be more consistent, but man, he's good. What's he averaging? 7.7. Let's edit him. I just want him to shoot more threes. Just want him to shoot more threes. So he's going to be at Florida State. He'll be a thorn in our sides for the foreseeable future. And let's simulate to the first meeting between Duke and Carolina. See what our guys got going on here. Let's see. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Ignore and continue. I've already set it up. We lose game 1 in the conference. It's no surprise there. Wow, we lose. So we're on a 3-game losing streak. All right, bounce back here. Now we've got Wake Forest. Wake Forest is pretty good. David McClure, man, leave me alone, bro. Wow, beat Wake Forest by 1. Beat Wake by 1. I want to see what that guy did against us. All right, so it looks like Duke's kind of starting to find the rhythm again, but as soon as we do that, we lose to Virginia Tech at home. Rebound with a win against Miami. We lose to NC State, so I just don't think this is going to be a good year. Just don't think it's going to be a good year. I think I have to change some things with this Duke team. Let me go to the losses and see what a common thread is. Gerald Henderson not playing good. Gerald Henderson, again, not playing good. That time we played good. What happened? Not a lot of turnovers. We did give up a lot of free throws. Gave up a lot of threes. We got out-rebounded. Like, wow. It's crazy how we got out-rebounded there. How about this Maryland game? Got out-rebounded again. A lot of turnovers. Alright. Let's change how we're playing a little bit. Let's down the defense a little bit. Let's go with this zone for our primary defense. And man-to-man will be our secondary. Let's go with the half-court press occasionally. Let's get up some more shots. Let's do this. Let's do this. I like that. But, man, Duke has just not played well. Who's leading the way for Duke in this stretch? Still Cal Singler. Probably be first team all ACC this season. Wow, the 2 teams to lose to. We lost to 2 bad ones. Close loss at home to Wake. Close loss on the road against Virginia. Oh, but of course, dubbed NC State. Wow, is that J.J. Hickson, right? I think it is. Dropped 40 on Hansborough. That's crazy. What did McDade do? He didn't do anything. Played all of 7 minutes and got 5 fouls. Oh. Wow, they ran Maryland off the court. Almost 44. Ellington there. Same for Florida State. What did they do against Boston College? Obliterated them as well. Did they play McDade? I think they did. It went 1 for 8 from three-point land. Alright. So let's see what happens in this Carolina game here. Duke loss. It's a close loss. Think they did better though. Hansborough definitely got the better of that matchup there against Singler. Wow. Very similar looking here. Very similar. Alright, so Duke is now sitting at 8 losses. I wonder how that's going to impact their ranking. Lost 3 of 4. Wonder what that does to our ranking. So Duke Carolina doesn't play again. Let's simulate it this week. Take a look at the RPI. Duke must have a pretty good RPI to still be ranked this high. $33. So they're not going to be a pretty high seed right now. They are 6-5 against the top 50, 9-4 in road and neutral games. So got that going for them. Where's Carolina? Oh, Florida State's doing pretty good. Georgia Tech's 14 in RPI. Maryland's 8. Virginia 10. We might get a good amount of teams in this year. Carolina 2 in the RPI. Pretty much been ranked number 1 all year long. 8-2 in the RPI top 50 and only have 2 losses on the year. So let's finish out this season and head to the ACC's tournament. We'll see where things stand with the lads. So McDade got another L there. Man, McClure, leave me alone, bro. Dubbed Boston College. Win at Miami, ranked Miami. Duke's starting to bring it around a little bit. Was that a road win? Either way, we beat a Big East team, West Virginia, and lost to Georgia Tech. They're pretty good up here. They were like RPI top 20, so I want to say they were like 11, like crazy. Lost to Maryland there. And they get back against NC State. I don't know. I'm feeling 6 seed for Duke right now. And I really think they need to do good in the conference tournament to just kind of solidify their seed. So I think I'm going to do some pep talks going into the tournament. I think that's what I'm going to do. Big game there by Sir Shire. Double-double at a Singler. What did McDade do? 12 points. Okay. 32 and 10 out of Nolan Smith. Have yourself a day, lad. Carolina picks up 2 more losses, both in the same week. So they lost to every North Carolina school in the ACC but Duke. 2 losses to Wake Forest. Wake Forest pretty much got to be in the tournament. We'll do another ACC tournament check before we go into the conference tournament. We'll do a NCAA tournament check. Carolina's playing really well, and they should be the team to beat in the tournament. Should be number 1 overall seed. I think they will have been ranked number 1 all season long as well. So let's see. Do we want to do any pep talks? Anybody? I think Danny Green could use one. Hansborough could use one. These guys on the bench could use one. Is he coming back next year? Yeah. Well, I think he's Watts. T.J. Watts. I think. How are freshmen looking? Let's give you one just so you don't decide to transfer. All right. So like where we're at right now. Hold on, internet's cutting out a little bit. Alright, looks like it's picking it up a little bit more. We're losing less frames, I think. Let's see where Duke needs pep talks at. McClure can leave me alone, bro. You're a senior, bro. You know what? I like where we're at. Let's give Sullivan one. Let's give Paulus one. And I think we'll call it a day there. Yeah, I think we'll call it a day there. Let's make sure our rotations don't need to change any for Duke. I'm not giving you these minutes, son. You're not getting them. I think we're good. I think we're good. See, who doesn't have the stamina to run this? Alright, yeah. Alright, is Carolina's rotation need to change? I don't think it does. It's been good all year. It's been good all year. Does anybody have stamina issues? Not really. Alright, I think we're good. Looks like the stream's malfunctioning again. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we'll get into this tournament. Where did Duke finish? Fifth. Big tie for second, so they were going to get a lot of teams in the tournament. I think Miami's in, Georgia Tech's in, Virginia Tech's in. Oh, well, are they in? They're RPI top 20, top 22, 15 and 12. Losing record against the top 50. They got a loss in the 101 to 200 range. 9 and 5 on road and neutrals, though. State gonna make it? They're not gonna make it. It's Clemson and Wake gonna make it. I think Clemson makes it. 34 RPI. Winning record against the top 50. They do got those plus 200 losses, though. I think Wake makes it. No bad losses. 500 against the top 50. 8 and 5 road and neutrals. What's Clemson road neutral? 7-4. So I think we get one. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we get 5 definitely. There's a chance for 6, and depending on how everybody else did, 7. Oh, well, there might be an opportunity for Virginia here. So let's see. This will be interesting. Where's Florida? Oh, Florida State, too. This will be interesting. We could get a lot of teams in here. We'll get a lot of teams. So let's see how this tournament shakes out. So who's Duke going to get? Duke gets NC State. Carolina gets Wake. So Carolina lost to Wake twice this season. It's hard to beat a team 3 times, especially a team as good as Carolina when you're Wake Forest. So let's see what happens. So Carolina and Duke both advance to the conference championship game. North Carolina routs Wake in round 1. Then they do the same to Georgia Tech. Duke wins the rubber match against NC State. Then they have a pretty good contest here against Clemson to come out on top. 14-point win. Shire, MVP of that one. Now we have Duke, Carolina, and Charlotte for the ACC title. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. And Duke wins it. Duke gets a win here. Win in overtime. Tyler King with 25 and 9 off the bench. Good on him. So let's go and see where we end up here. Who's getting what seeds? So ACC got a lot of teams in. A lot of teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams in. Florida State went 5 and 11 in conference play and got in. That is insanity. But you know what? It happened though. It happened. That's their final RPI 29. Virginia Tech with this terrible record got in as a 10 seed. And I think their RPI really helped them. They did good in road and neutrals. Yeah, a lot of tournament teams here. So Duke and Carolina should be battle tested. Carolina perfect team unity. Duke is close. Let's see. North Carolina's resume here is ridiculous. 5 coaches on the floor. Only missing 1 bar from the game experience for the starters. Crazy. And Duke here, more experience than we had. Be interesting to see how things play out. We'll see. We'll see. So in real life, Duke ended up winning the ACC tournament, but Carolina won the national championship this year. So let's see what happens. So Duke's got Harvard round 1, and Oklahoma Pitt. Shout out to the Capel game here, the Jeff Capel game. Then our 2 seed is UConn, so we could rematch with them in the Sweet 16. And our 1 seed is Texas, so Texas is the number 1 overall seed. We stole a recruit from them, so I'm sure they'll want to get back at us for that. Carolina's got Southern in round 1. Then probably, oh wow, Boston University, they beat us. That helped their resume. They got a 9 seed. That's crazy. So they'll probably get Baylor in the 2nd round. And it'll be Gonzaga or South Carolina. So I don't really see any losses for South Carolina potentially until the Elite 8. They could get Michigan State or Tennessee. Potentially Wisconsin could do it, but I don't see any losses before then. Maybe Gonzaga. So let's go ahead and simulate the first weekend of the tournament. See where we end up at. And Carolina advances. A little bit of a scare there against Boston University. Against Southern, kind of cruised to a win. It was close in the first half. Then second game, round of 32. Hansborough carried it, again, close in the first half. So they lucked out here. There was a 12-13 matchup. Wow. So now they get Pacific in the Sweet 16. That's going to be an easy win. And then, but in the Elite 8, they're going to have to play one of the teams I said could potentially beat them. And this is just bad matchmaking by the committee. But they could potentially get Tennessee as their 2 seed in Memphis. That's crazy. but you can pretty much pencil them into the Elite Eight. And Duke, they do advance to the Sweet 16 rematch against Connecticut here. Um, Game 1, routed Harvard. Game 2, routed Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, winners of the Capable game. Is Blake Griffin here? Yeah, Blake Griffin's here. Let's see what he did. 20-7, okay. Now they get UConn. This is a good UConn team. So we'll have to see what happens here. Let's simulate the Sweet 16 and see what happens for both Duke and Carolina. And Duke will advance. They mollywop UConn. Cal Singler 28-11. They'll advance to play their 1 seed or 5 seed. They're going to play their 1 seed Texas. This is a good Texas team. They're good on paper. In real life, they weren't good this year, I don't think. Or it was the year after they were supposed to be really good. But Carolina, let's see if they can find a way to win this tough matchup. And they do. Oh, wow. Team of Destiny vibes here. They only lost to Carolina by 8. Needed a 27-12 performance out of Hansborough to get the win and 20 points out of Wayne Ellington. Fortunately for Carolina, they don't have to play Tennessee in Memphis, but they still get Michigan State. So in the Elite Eight here, we get a rematch of last year's championship game. So I think Duke plays first. See what Duke does. Does Duke make the Final Four? And they do. Duke advances to the Final Four. Oh, so DJ Augustine stayed for another year. That's crazy. I think he's gone after this, though. This guy, man, he can just score the ball. Okay. So, Gerald Henderson and Cal Singler, 20 points apiece. Regards did what they needed to do. Duke will play Alabama. Carolina could get Kansas if they beat Michigan State here. And I think they will just because they're the best team in the game. And one of our sitters went out with a broken wrist. But Carolina still wins by 22. It was the backup. So you have to look at what we're going to do here. For Carolina. Because this puts us in an odd predicament here. We might get a Duke-Carolina matchup in a championship game. That's pretty crazy. Let's see what we want to do. Let's reset the defaults. Deion Thompson's going to be inserted as the starter. I think he might just have to play those minutes, man. Yeah, I think he's just going to have to play those minutes. Whatever he can't play, Hansborough's going to have to play. He's going to have to play the whole game almost. Put Danny Green's minutes down some just because he's hurt. And I want to give some minutes to another guy. He's a little bit like a big. Nah, let's give it to the other big. Yeah, let's just give it to him. Need you to play some spot minutes here, son. All right. In this Kansas team, we did beat them earlier, but they have a pretty good roster. Let's take a look at their roster. So I think they might have had a lot of guys return from that 2018. Yeah, so Brandon Rush and Mario Chalmers came back. Like, they're really good. Yeah, they're a really good team. Not a lot of depth, so we should win, honestly. We should get Duke Carolina in the title game here. So let's see what happens. And we get Duke. Wow, neither one advances. Neither one. Wow, okay. Carolina makes back-to-back Final Fours, and they're close to repeating. Alabama wins it all. Okay. Who's on this Alabama team, man? Oh, wow, they got a pretty good freshman there. Okay. So, I meant to show you guys this earlier. Let's go on. Well, that ain't what I meant to show you guys. what I meant to show you guys earlier. Our scoreboard. So Carolina, at the beginning of the video, they had 20 points. They won another regular season title here. My caps lock, or all right, here we go. So they get this one. Then they get, what's this? 30 win. Did they win 30 games? Did Duke or Carolina win 30 games? Let's see. So Carolina won 30, Duke won 29. Duke had 11 other opportunities to win 30 and didn't. That's crazy. That is crazy. So Carolina gets another 30 points here. Another NCAA bid, Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final 4. So they're sitting at 35 points. Whereas Duke, they added a conference title, another NCAA tournament bid, another Sweet 16, an Elite 8, and a Final 4. So the gap now is not quite as big as it once was. That's what she said. Let me scroll down so you guys can see it. That's where we're sitting at now. We have no off-season recruiting to do, so we're just going to see what happens in the All-American game, go over these, the All-Star game, the All-Star. We'll go over the All-American game, and we'll call it a day. I'm going to go ahead and save here, just in case we get any errors. So Gerald Henderson entered the draft. Carolina had a lot of guys enter the draft. 2 juniors. So it'll be a new look for Carolina next year. We